back to the bench. Today we're going to do the TEMU, another TEMU chassis. Carbon fiber rails. I got this for a penny. When sometimes TEMU does these deals as you're buying stuff. They'll give you free gifts, free shipping, free coupons, free... Anyway, I got a deal where I got 3 things for a penny when I was doing all this ordering for RC parts. If you haven't watched my other video, I spent approximately $450 on RC parts and got about $880 some worth of parts because of deals and everything like that. So anyway, so I got this carbon fiber and aluminum, mostly aluminum parts, carbon fiber rails, carbon fiber battery tray from TEMU. And the first thing I put on here is the bumper. This is for like an SCX10 2 or 3 project. Bumper rail, and it has 2 different size screws. One is larger than the other, so you'll be aware of there's a small screw and a larger screw in this rail. Okay. All right. So the transmission plate made by, it's a SCX10 2 plate, and it's the same deal. 2 larger screws and 2 very small screws. I'm not exactly sure what the deal here is, but it's different. It means you got to have 2 different wrenches to do this, which is not the coolest thing in the world. I'm not exactly sure why they're using 2 different size screws. Okay, that needs to be a shorter screw. One thing about these TEMU deals, no instructions. Okay, so the shortest, biggest screw, and then of course the other 2 are very small screws, or smaller, anywho. I'm not exactly sure why. So you go back and forth with wrenches. Drivers, whatever you call these. Okay, rear axle tube, bracket, same deal, tiny screw, and a bigger screw. So this bumper deal, they want these little tabs up. I imagine this is for your I'll think of it in a minute. servo mount. Okay, now we got these piece. Okay, so this piece here goes next to the bumper thing. And again, this is probably something to do with the servo. And same deal. This part goes up. And this part is probably why they have different size screws. So you can't put them in wrong. I don't know. What the justification for it is. But that's the way it's working. Okay. Now we have shock towers that all seem to be the same. Okay, so the rear ones kind of adjustable, I guess. There's 4 holes. We're going to put them in the hole closest to the front, and okay, those are not threaded. Seems to be some parts missing. More than likely, this is a upgrade, and you need to put it in an SCX10 2 or 3, and it has brackets that go between the shock towers. I'm not sure what these are for, though. Yeah, there's the brackets that go between the shock towers that I don't seem to have. I'm missing 2 brackets. And I don't know if they didn't come or if I put them somewhere. Okay, I'll get back to you. Okay, so this is the first snafu in the TEMU world. First one I've had of all the stuff that I've gotten. In here there are supposed to be 2 brackets right here. For the shock tower mounts. And they sent me these 2 brackets instead. So I only got it for a penny. I'm not out any money, but I have to find some other brackets to put the shock towers on. Huh. Well, it started off good, ended up bad. So, that I have to admit though, it's the first time I've had something not right in the TEMU world. I'm sure I can get these brackets. But for a penny, at this moment, I'm not going to complain. Would have been nice to be able to finish this correctly, but we can't. So, I mean, all in all, it's not a bad setup. It's just, if you were going to replace the SCX10 frames with this, you would have these brackets. I mean, it was nice that they came with them, but it's not essential because the other brackets would be on your vehicle. So you just take them off and replace these. But everything else, the cut, the fit, is all good. Missing parts. Wrong parts. Okay, so it's been a couple of weeks since I started working on this frame. And some of the parts I had the wrong parts. They sent me these. I have no idea what they're for yet. And I needed these. So I only paid a penny for the chassis. So I went online and did some looking and research and stuff, and you can get these aluminum parts just about anywhere because they're replacement parts for SCX10 and they are aluminum instead of the composite material. This one is to hold the I'll think of it in a minute. Receiver tray. And this one is for the battery tray and the rear shocks. And I figured out what these were for. They go in the battery tray. They're the end plates to hold the battery in place. So we can put that part on. I got one more bracket that's coming to hold the front shocks on. I haven't gotten it yet. And when I do, I'll continue this build. So this Once we figure out, I gotta remember which is the rear part of this daggone vehicle. Okay. I was wrong. It's not the back. Okay, this is the front, and this is the... These are the two front pieces, not the back pieces. Two front pieces for the... I'm waiting for the two back pieces for the battery tray in the rear. I have an option that I might do. We're going to see if it'll work. But right now, these go up here. There's only two holes. And they gave me black, but I got silver all the way around, so I'm just going to use the silver to continue the theme. I'll just figure out which way this goes. They got the box put in there, and I can't tell how that's mounted. So we're gonna have to play with it. Let's see. If I put it in this way, that goes there. No, actually it goes this way. Okay, so it goes like this. Alright, so it goes, if you got your frame upside down, it goes with this flat surface on the bottom. And the open end of it toward the rear. And of course, those are not, indented like the rest of them are. So those are round-headed. Oh, I know why. They're not indented. They are indented, probably, if you put the shock tower on too, like you're supposed to. And now you know. I did that for you. Okay, so shock towers. These are contoured to fit the front, and they will go on either side, but you want to put them on the sides with the shock tower standing up straight. If you have them on the wrong side, the shock tower is going to lean, I don't remember which way, one way or the other. Okay, now this bracket only has one screw. It fits. It's made to fit inside the frame of the SCX10 II, and of course we don't have that C channel for this to fit in. It still fits almost. And kind of weird. One bracket is not fit. Well, it would go inside the C channel, but this is, it'll go in here and it'll be fine. And it's just going to be holding the box in place. Actually, we don't even really need this one because the box can be put in here. And I think I'm going to get that bracket in there. I just... But there's no need for it. So we're not going to worry about that. Okay, so these, now that I figured the maze out, these go on the battery tray. All right. So if you buy this to replace your SCX10 frame with aluminum and carbon fiber, all right, you would have these brackets for all of this stuff already with the SCX10 You just have to take them off and replace them here. Whatever you can't replace with the aluminum, you would replace with the other brackets. But since we don't have an SCX10 here, we had to buy the front bracket. There's two brackets for the front. This, you don't need this one. You just need the bracket to hold the shock towers and the receiver tray. Okay. Now for the front, back, what the heck are we talking about? The battery tray. There's another bracket. And yeah. This goes here. But I can put this one screw in. This kind of a universal tray. I imagine the tray that's in the SCX10 would fit just fine. But I think I'm going to try something. instead of spending, well, when I get the bracket, I will put it in. But I got an idea that maybe if you guys get this and you don't want to buy the bracket, or you don't have the bracket because you don't have an SCX10 that you're replacing this in, you can put the shock towers on using bolts and nuts. And the shock tower will, or the battery tray will be hooked to those. So I'm going to put these shock towers in, and I'm going to use a nut on the back of them instead of the tray. Let's see how far these go through. Yeah, we can put a lock nut on them. And actually, they sent lock nuts. So yeah, we're gonna put those on. And those nuts will actually hold this battery tray up. Alrighty. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to put a zip tie on each side of this tray to hold it in place. And because it's not quite, I don't really want to go buy another bracket, and this will work just fine. And if you don't have some of these zip ties, buy a bunch of them. They're good for wire management, and they're great for holding pieces in place. All right, so there we have it, the frame. So we got this carbon fiber frame. We are doing this as a standalone, not a replacement. We're going to, but it is a good replacement for the SCX10 if you want to go carbon frame and aluminum. It would get the job done. All right, I think I got everything in. All right, thanks for watching. Have a great day.